Hey Taurus, welcome to your general tarot reading for the 8th to the 14th of December. This reading is for those with Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Messages are general and come through for those who need to hear them, so if this doesn't resonate, feel free to check out your other sign placements, or there are many other awesome readers out there. Before we get into it, I just want to note that energy is fluid and doesn't always come out super clear cut. So you may resonate with only one part, different parts, or the whole reading that comes out today. Just trust what feels right for you. You know your situation best. Now with that said, let's get into your reading. So I'm just going to shuffle the deck a few times. Then we will jump into it. What can Taurus expect for this week? What can Taurus expect for this week? And one more. What can Taurus expect for this week? Now, what can Taurus expect for this week? Not too many cards, please. What can Taurus expect for this week? Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, so the overall energy that came out was the Ten of Wands reversed, which is very good, actually. It means whatever burden you've been carrying for this long, you're finally going to release it. Finally. Probably been a bit of a long time. And then as well, you've got the Sun in reverse, you've got the Lovers, and you've got the Nine of Wands. There you go. And these all came out together. And we'll jump into them a little bit. I just want to get into this Ten of Wands energy a little bit first. Why is the Ten of Wands in reverse here? Why is the Ten of Wands in reverse here? Okay. Why is the Ten of Wands in reverse here? Alright, look. So you got the Ten of Wands. So like I was saying before, it's pretty much about you might feel like your plate is so entirely full, or you might have previously felt like this. Like you had so many different responsibilities that were kind of just piling on top. So many different things to worry about. That were just kind of stacking up and like really weighing you down. Like it would have felt like a really heavy burden. See that? Look at all the sticks that he's carrying. It would have felt like a really heavy burden. But now you're actually releasing that burden, which is really good. It's like whatever responsibilities were kind of holding you back, weighing you down, they're not going to be doing that anymore. You're going to find yourself more free, pretty much. Not having to worry about so much all the time. And it's kind of looking like... so to clarify it, you got the Five of Pentacles, which is about... Well, upright, it's about being left out in the cold. So feeling like not included, not invited in some way, like you're not involved in some way, or like someone's kind of neglecting you. Yeah, I think you felt like someone was kind of neglecting you, and that's what this burden was about. The burden was basically that you maybe somebody kind of left you with a lot of responsibility. Like, you were meant to be both looking after someone or something, but then they just kind of left you with it, and they were like, "Hey, can you look after this for me while I go do this other thing?" And you were like, "Sure, whatever." But then it got to be way too much. It just got to be way too intense, and you could barely just manage doing it on your own. You could still do it, but it was really difficult for you, and it was really like strenuous, and it took a toll on you, and you've kind of just been waiting for this person to like come back and like help you out in some way. You've been waiting for this person to come back and be like, "Hey, okay, I'm actually here to help now. I can give you a helping hand." Where, because I don't know, I feel like they just kind of left you there with stuff. Um, yeah, they just kind of left you with all the responsibilities. Um, they might have even given their responsibilities to you, which is completely unfair. But yeah, I guess it's good news now that that was in the past, and so this these burdens that you were feeling beforehand, the burden you were carrying of like feeling alone, feeling left out, feeling like you had to do all the work, all of that is ending now, this week, which is very good. So the energy around you is going to be a little bit less like strenuous, a little bit less intense now. I think you're kind of being given a bit of a break here. Time to like recuperate and look after yourself. Is there anything else that Taurus needs to know about the Ten of Wands? Just double check that for you. Is there anything else that Taurus needs to know about the Ten of Wands? Why is the Hermit here? Oh. Okay, an unhappy home. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just gonna like put it out there. To me, this is kind of looking like a relationship. Like, the more I look at it, and also because we have the Lovers out here, which I will get into. But I just got the Four of Wands reversed and the Hermit to clarify. That's what you also need to know. This is just additional energy that you need to know about the Ten of Wands. So it's an unhappy home. It's a lack of celebration. And I really think, this is. I don't know whether you're trying to make a choice to be single right now. You could be, just take that if it resonates with you. But I really feel like, it's almost like there's been a relationship that you've been in, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be like a family relationship. It could be a friendship as well. I'm just gonna say relationship. Where you were constantly carrying the burden. You might have been putting in all the effort when you already had so much else on your plate. You might have been like the breadwinner of the family. You might have been like making all the money and like not really having any time to relax for yourself. Or if it was like a friendship or anything else, you were the one who was putting in all the effort. You would constantly put in effort, and you would just feel like it wasn't going anywhere. Like, no one else was helping you. No one else was like giving you a hand. It was all up to you to make things work. And this definitely isolated you, which we can see with the Hermit as well. This isolated you from whoever this person is, because it just put so much pressure on you. Like, it just put so much pressure on you. It really did isolate you, and I think when that happened, it kind of caused you to go within and to really think. You went within and you were really thinking about, like, does this actually make me happy? Am I really happy right now? What are the pros of this? What are the cons of this? It really caused you to go inside because you were just sick of having this burden. You were sick of carrying this weight. And that's completely fair. Like, you had a lot of things on your plate. Um, and you really went within and asked yourself the questions like, does this make me happy? Am I fulfilled? Am I getting what I want here? Is this person looking out for me? You're really asking yourself those kinds of questions, and I think it has kind of led you to come to the conclusion that you need to make a choice, and your choice is about whether you stay with this person and you give them your time and energy, or whether you retract your energy and you take it back, and you kind of start looking after yourself a bit more. And that leads me to this next little bit down here, where we've got the sun in reverse. Give me a second. So we've got the Nine of Wands, the Lovers, and the Sun in reverse. And what this is telling me is that there's a choice that you have to make. They're in like some relationship situation. It doesn't have to be like a partner. It could be anybody. You have to make the choice whether you want to keep giving to this person. You know, like it could be your mom. It could be an auntie. It could be anyone. Because I think you've been giving and giving and giving, and you just never really seem to get anything back. You feel left out. You feel like this person doesn't have you in their interest at all, and they just kind of make you suffer a little bit, or more than a little bit. But yeah, so you've really got to make a choice because you are incredibly unhappy. And okay, I think this is your choice. All right, this is a choice you have to make. You have to make the choice between continuing to suffer, continuing to be unhappy. So that's with the sun in reverse. Okay, and I have to say as well, this is how you see your choices. This isn't necessarily what the outcome will be. This is just how you're seeing them. And so you know that you have to make a choice with the Lovers. And what do you have to choose between? If you stay, then you're going to continue to be unhappy. Like you're just not gonna feel in your element. There is potential for like depression here, just unhappiness, like not being in your element, not being happy with who you are, not being happy with what you're doing. And so that's option one, stay and keep being unhappy in this situation. This is what you've kind of boiled down to. And it is a hard choice. I do just want to say that. Like, this is not something that's just clear cut that you're just like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to do that. It's like, no, these are two very difficult choices that you have to choose between. And so, again, go within and take that time and really find what feels right for you. I just want to say that as well. So that's your first choice, is to stay and be unhappy. Or like have things stay the way they are now. Not necessarily stay in the relationship, just have things stay how they are now. And then the second option, this. So it's the Nine of Wands. And so what this is saying to me is that basically if you go with the first option, you don't say anything. You don't really bring anything up. You don't tell anyone how you feel and how it's affecting you. This one, you do tell someone how you feel. You bring it up with the person. You say, hey, you're making me unhappy. You know what you bring their attention to it. And that's in an attempt for them to kind of realize the error of their ways. However, there is a lot of anxiety that is coming from this, which is telling me that if you just go to them and you say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, that they are going to they might like lash out at you, or like you're kind of anxious about this person. You're not sure about how they're gonna react. You have an idea and it makes you even more anxious. But like, you know what I mean? So it's like either stay and be unhappy, or tell them and be incredibly paranoid that like something bad is gonna happen. Or yeah, like it's just not gonna work out, and then you're gonna have to constantly be on guard. And I do want to get some advice for you, because this is quite a difficult situation to be in. But you know, it's always the most difficult situations that we're in that are always the most rewarding in the end. It's always like that, and it's always so difficult, always so hard to choose. But I'm pretty sure that you will know in your gut what you want. You will know. Trust yourself, even if it's scary. Know that the universe is gonna look after you. Okay? If you're getting out of a bad situation, the universe is gonna help you. But it's only up to you, like, once you make that decision. You know, the universe can't force you to make any decisions. That has to be up to you. And now I want to get some advice for Taurus in this spread. Advice for Taurus relating to this spread. What advice does Taurus need to hear relating to this spread? Okay, what advice does Taurus need to hear relating to this spread? Alright. Okay, any more advice that Taurus needs to hear relating to this spread? Look, the answer is very, very clear cut this time. Any more advice that Taurus needs to hear? Oh, that might be too many. I think that's too many. There's a big situation going on here. Look, you know, I think, okay, this is telling me you know what you've got to do. You know that you've got to let this end. You know that, like, the time has kind of come. It's been too long of this happening. You know that. And yet you still kind of push it away. Like, it's almost like you don't want to admit it to yourself. It's like, well, yeah, but they still do these good things for me, so I don't want to let go of them. It's like, no, you need to let go. Well, I don't want to make that choice for you, but, like, this is your advice, okay? It's saying that you've been holding on. You've been resisting making changes that you know that you need to make. That's all. I'm gonna, like, leave it at that for this card. But look, it's saying, so you've been resisting making those changes. Just make them. Just do it. Like, just don't be afraid. Channel the Fool. This is your advice. You got the Fool, which means just jump in and don't worry so much about the consequences, because Spirit has your back. Spirit definitely has your back. If it's, if this World card is coming out, it's saying this is a karmic cycle. This might have been something that you've been struggling with for years. Like, this is not the first time this situation has occurred in your life. This has been a constant struggle. And it's time to, like, make that jump. It's time to make that change. Do it for yourself. You deserve it. Okay? Don't let the karmic wheel, like, come back around and then have this start all over again, and then you'd be stuck, and then you'd be unhappy. You don't want to be stuck in unhappiness. Like, make the jump, make the leap, make the change. Yes, you will feel paranoid, or you might think that you will, but you never know until you try, okay? And the universe will have your back, regardless. It's the week to do it. This is the week to do it. Okay, Taurus? Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Like and subscribe if you want to, and if not, that's okay. But either way, I will see you next week, and good luck with everything. Alright, bye.